Good afternoon, folks. This is Fred Campos, owner of DFW Website Designers. It is a wonderful Thursday, April the 7th, 2022. This is episode number 362 of your 3 business tips at 3 o'clock in and around 3 minutes. Solopreneurs, small business owners, if you're joining me for the very first time, I take about a week at a time and go through different topics. We started yesterday and we're talking about taxes, getting ready for that April 15th for those of us that haven't completely finished and filed our business taxes. Today we're going to go personal a little bit and just hit the highlight reel of 3 things that you should be doing on the personal level. And then tomorrow we'll talk a little bit more details about business deductions. For today though, we're going to talk about childcare deductions, home office deductions, and charitable contributions. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just like I talked about yesterday, I'm a big fan that if you have a side hustle or a small business, that you absolutely deal with a certified public accountant, somebody to do your taxes. You need to do that. I'm not a fan of doing your own taxes due to the complexity and the ever-changing rule changes, and certainly you're not going to get enough good tax advice in less than 3 minutes. I'm just going to hit the highlight reel of things you should be pulling together for your accountant. Business tip number 1 is the child care deduction. In 2021, we had the American Rescue Plan, which really increased the child care deduction for $4K for singles and $8K for 2 or more partners or married couples. Really talking about the child care dependency care. You know, the money you spend on child care for you and your spouse or you and your significant other to do work. It's a great deduction if you are providing child care services or paying a babysitter, a nanny, a daycare, or whatnots to take into consideration. Business tip number 2 is the home office deduction. Hopefully you're like me, you have a room in your house that's no longer being used and you repurposed it to become your home office. There's a whole lot of different deductions you can do exclusively for business owners that have actually made a legitimate home office in your house. You can deduct certain elements of your utilities or whatnots. Again, talk to your accountant about this. Business tip number 3, again on the personal side, is your charitable contributions. There are some charitable contributions you can do on your business side. We'll talk more about that in the future. But any money that you give to charities, your churches, or whatnots, please make a documentation of that. That can, for many of us, that can go on our Schedule A. Again, you're going to provide that information to your accountant. There are a dozen or so deductions that you should be focused on the personal side. Again, talk with your accountant. They're going to give you lots and lots of advice in that area. I'm just hitting the highlight reels. Tomorrow we're going to dive a little deeper into business deductions and how to track them, monitor them, and turn them in to your accountant. Anything I learn, I throw over the fence to you because I want you guys to be awesome. Now go back to sleep.